I'm Dr. LuLu. I am a naturopathic physician, and I'm an expert in women's health, hormonal health specifically, and genetic health. I work with patients experiencing chronic disease who really want to elevate their health, that are like stuck and just don't know what to do. They don't have the answers. They've been trying things and those things haven't been working, and work with endocrine disorders like thyroid disorders, hormonal imbalance, gastrointestinal dysfunction, endocrine disorders, depression, anxiety, fatigue, skin disorders, gut disorders, all kinds of things. But all those stem from hormonal imbalance and a lot to do with mental health, which is why mindset is a big part of my practice. And I help patients really tune into their emotional and physical body. That's the root of how we can change the state of our health, by really tapping into what's going on. So my passion really lies in helping patients to find that joy that they've lost along the way of their illness, right? Like maybe they I remember when I used to do this and I can't do it anymore. And it makes me so sad. Like maybe you can't exercise because you were having pain, or you can't play with your grandchildren, or all different types of things. So I really help patients find that joy that's been lost. And that is my passion. And I included in the handouts today lots more about me, including my book. I'm an author. Detox, Nourish, and Activate Plant and Vibrational Medicine for Energy, Mood, and Love is the name of my book. You can find that on my website, which is doclulu.com, as well on Amazon. And that's a great book to get to help elevate and shift your life, all from the cellular level. It's amazing, if I do say so myself. And we're going to get started today talking about meditation first, because I want to get that before we go into that mindset piece. So I've included in your handout some tips about how to meditate. If you already have a meditation practice, just tune into those, refresh your memory. Maybe you just need to restart or do something different to reset your system. We live in a really busy world. There's all kinds of things going around us, and we have different challenges, social challenges, environmental challenges, health challenges, political challenges, and we're all affected by these things. And when we do meditation, it brings us into a place of Zen, right? This place of peace. It allows us to meet these things in a different way. It elevates our healing. It elevates our place of joy. It elevates our love. And so when we get stuck in let's say, that mindset piece of stress, when we instead come into this place of Zen, we then get to meet the world in a whole different way. So when you're feeling restless and uncertain, and you can't find your center, you're not grounded, you can't find your thoughts, you feel confused, this is a time to go into that place of Zen and to touch base with your meditation, right? Make it a daily practice. And you might be saying like, hey, Dr. LuLu, I've tried meditation, it didn't work, it's frustrating, I can't clear my mind. You're not the only one out there. It's hard for me myself, but you want to just start easy. What I recommend is at least starting for 5 minutes a day. You want to set that time aside for yourself, and really start to make it a habit. And then you can increase it. And 15 minutes is really all you need to reset the mind. Maybe you want to do it like in the morning and you like a nighttime meditation to Zen back into your body. That's great too. But the real thing is making it a routine. And that's going to really help you meet each day with a new mindset, a new focus. And since we're talking about tapping into manifestation and abundance today, that's really going to help you to tap in completely, really dive deep into that mindset piece. Ways to find your Zen in this busy world. What I recommend is really touching into your feelings during that type of meditation, or that daily meditation practice. So sit down in the morning. I recommend that's the best time. And you really want to check in with yourself. How are you feeling? How's your emotions? Write that down. Do a little journaling. Really start to tap into your feelings, because our feelings are everything. Abundance is emotion. When we're in a state of abundance, feeling happy, that is the emotions, that is abundance. When we're in a place of depression, anxiety, stress, that abundance is not flowing through us. So feelings is really important. And as I mentioned, a morning practice is very key, because you want to reset the system early in the morning. You want to really make sure that you are geared for the day, right? And so you make that, or you allow that morning practice for deep meditation, deep breathing, yoga to calm and soothe the soul. So a deep breathing practice can also be very helpful for resetting the system. So deep breathing balances your nervous system, and it's a transformative process. It really helps you to shift the nervous system, get you out of that sympathetic state, which is the fight or flight state, into a parasympathetic state, really that resting and digesting. And breathing is great for that, especially if you have a lot of anxiety. And it's really easy, right? So inhaling slowly, pausing at the top and holding your breath just for a beat, and then exhaling slowly and controlled. And this is a great way for me. Sometimes I get stressed out in traffic and I'm like, oh yeah, let me do some deep breathing. Really super easy to do in the car. You can do it at your desk. You can do it when you're in the office working. You could do it while you're cooking. You can do it while you're laying down. You can breathe anytime. But when we really focus, it's a different feeling for our system. It brings energy to every cell and every part of our body. Very important. Another way to tap into your Zen in a busy world is to take a shower and then massage with a nice relaxing oil like jojoba oil or coconut oil, almond oil with some essential oils mixed in to really help your body to relax. And you could do this maybe every night before you go to bed if you're a nighttime shower person, or if you take a bath or a nice relaxing bath. That's a really great practice to help your body to Zen and relax. And being mindful and being kind to yourself is another big one too. Saying positive words for how you're presenting the day, because when we say a positive, profound statement, it impacts every moment of everything that we do. And so making sure that when you're making your statements about mindset and abundance, it's very positive, right? And then affirming that, surrounding you with that positive energy and tapping into it. And just incorporating these little tips, and there's more in your guide as well. These are going to really help you to tap into that inner mindset piece, that real place of abundance. So meditation has many positive effects, right? It's been well studied. And now we're really seeing like how it affects so many different areas of our body, especially stress, right? It helps to reduce stress. It helps to soothe the nervous system. And so it can help to release that internalization of stress. If you're a real internalizer, you're like worry, it can really help take place of that internal worry wart, so to speak. And it also can help support the immune system. Really important for that. It helps fend off specific diseases. It's great for relationship building. It helps calm our system. It helps lower blood pressure. It helps improve blood circulation. It lowers heart. It helps us perspire less. It helps us to have a slower respiratory rate. It helps reduce anxiety and reduces stress. Oh my gosh, I could go on and on. Meditation is just amazing and powerful for the body. It also boosts energy, which is so strange. You're like, I'm in the Zen state. Like, how could I be boosting energy? Well, it does, especially when you practice it on a regular basis, because it allows you to focus inward. And that helps revive your energy level, that inner source within you. And here's a couple just like easy tips to start meditating, which I think is really important. So you want to have a comfortable place. You can see this little chair behind me here, probably. I like to have a really comfortable chair when I'm meditating where my feet are not floating on the ground because I'm really short. I'm also cross-legged. If I'm cool, I want to have a blanket. You want to have a really great environment, and you want to be breathing naturally, not trying to control it. I was talking about that breathing earlier, the in and the out. No, usually you could start with that, focusing on the breath, like breathing in and breathing out, starting that routine. So you're in that calm state, and then just letting it go so you don't have to think about it. So notice how your body moves with that inhalation and exhalation. Observe how your chest is expanding and contracting. How is your abdomen moving? Are you breathing through your whole body? And I usually recommend you doing that breathing process for 2 minutes, not very long, and then just letting it go. And that will really help you to tune into that meditation practice. And again, choosing that same time that's very suitable. Now I mentioned morning, but if morning does not work for you, maybe you're a mom and you're like really busy in the morning. Okay, mornings are out. That's okay. Doesn't matter. Pick a time that works for you. Afternoon, maybe you're like, you take the kids to school, you drop them off, and you're like, yes, now I got that time. Maybe afternoon is your personal time, maybe evening, but it's key what I said there, personal time. You need to have a time that's just for you for meditating, where you can zone out, tune out all those sounds around you, right? So that you're really tuned into you in that peaceful place and that comfortable posture where now you don't want to have your body aching and not being able to tune in. You want to also meditate on a nice empty stomach, because that way your body's not digesting and making all these crazy noises. And also that you're not really tired because all the energy is going to your food and then you're digesting. And so that's really important. And also don't meditate when you're really hungry either. Trying that in between. And that's one of the reasons why morning meditation is so nice, because you've been fasting all evening. Your body's in a restorative place, a rejuvenating place, and it's easy for you to get into that place of meditation. And again, having that deep breath practice is really important. Okay, I'm going to switch gears and move over into the mindset piece. And you'll find lots more in your guide. And I gave you also some ways to cleanse the mind, balance the chakras with using essential oils. So there's a whole section about which oils are great for which chakra, which I thought would be really helpful for you, whether you're looking for grounding at the base chakra with cedar and patchouli oil, or you're working on the third eye with jasmine and peppermint. So you can look at that in the guide. That's really helpful as a way to really help clear the mind and get you into that place for meditation. You can also use stones. Crystals are a wonderful way in your environment. I have this one here on my desk. I love stones and crystals in my office. I have them all around. It really helps me to have a sense of peace. And also I like their energy, very vibrant. And so I also include in your guide crystals for each of the chakras. So you could pick some of those. Say you're working on grounding. You're like, I just can't seem to get into my body. So you could use the cedar wood oil, which I love cedar. So grounding, you can put it on the bottom of your feet. And then you could also use for the base chakra, you could use some stones like red jasper and garnet and red coral and hematite. Those are the red colors of the base chakra. They're going to ground you and help you connect to the earth. Really great stones. And then also yoga. So having a yoga practice helps your body connect to yourself, because a lot of times we have this disconnect. So when you're doing yoga, it brings in you into that place where you're actually in the body, feeling the body, opening the body, activating the body. So those are some great tips that you'll find in the guide. And that one is the one that I put in here out for all of you. And that one is finding your Zen. And that's going to have lots of things as well to how to simplify your life with daily activities and how to let go when you're feeling out of control. Those are all the things that get you out of that Zen. And I also put in there how to do a digital detox, which is really important because we have so many things right now, or even on Zoom, right? There's so many things that we're tuned in to the digital world, and it's really important to take a break. So you'll find all those and much more in that guide. But I'm going to switch over to the other guide now. And this one is the other one I put in the chat. This is the abundance mindset. This is the real one we're going to be using today. But because we're doing a meditation at the end of our time together, I wanted to show you or tell you how important meditation is and really give you that peace. So that's why I started with the meditation. So let's talk about first what mindset is, because I think that's an important piece. Mind is everything. Your mind is how we set the day. Our mindset is how we tap into our abundance. Because when we are in a clear space of that emotional space, like I mentioned earlier, that joy, that happiness, that love, that's when the mindset is clear. That's when you can tap into those full places of abundance and really feel the abundance all around you. And so it's important to have a positive mindset when you're going into the place of tapping into your abundance, because you don't want to start necessarily you don't want to have a place of going into tapping into that abundance when you are in a poor mindset, because then you're not going to be able to tune in. You're not going to be able to connect into that place. So positive mindset for tapping into the abundance is really key. And you can call that the abundance mindset, which is all what this is about. So what is abundance in general? Like most people will associate abundance to money, like, or the tangible aspect of money, but it's way deeper than that. Abundance is all around us and everything, from our abundance of health to our abundance of food, to the abundance of your backyard with your garden, to the abundance of the sun and the air, the community. Abundance is everything. And again, it's a positive belief system that good will come your way, that you can tap into it when there's enough of everything in the world to support you and everyone around you. It's not, and that's another important part of tapping into the mindset piece of abundance, is that there's enough for everyone. There's no shortage of abundance available. And so some do equate abundance with financial property, and that's really a piece of it. It is a piece, but it's a small piece, right? Because abundance can be in your business. It could be about specific services you offer in your business, or how you relate to people in your business. It can be also from a spiritual and universal point of view. Like it doesn't have anything to do with our bank account. The universe is our bank account. And everyone has possessions. It can be material. It can be a spiritual possession, an emotional possession, a relationship that's long lasting, something that fulfills you and makes you happy. That's the mindset piece, that abundance piece. And if we want to move more into a spiritual point of view, a universal point of view of abundance, then it really doesn't have anything to do with what's within our bank account. Because sometimes that can be very triggering, right? You're like, maybe you're having a hard time and you're like, every time I look at my abundance, it's my bank account is zero. You're like, oh, that's really frustrating. And then what's a good way to explain that? If you pull yourself away from that thought process, you are like, okay, got to take a step back, and disassociate, so to speak, with my bank account, and focus instead of all the things coming in all around you, that abundance, that mindset piece around you. That will really help a lot. I'm personally doing this exercise right now, which you might find interesting, and you might want to try your own. I got a notebook. And each day I started out with $1,000. I wrote deposit into my account, $1,000. And then on that day, I write down everything I'm going to use that $1,000 for, whether that's maybe I went grocery shopping, maybe I bought a new shirt, maybe I went to the spa, I don't know, whatever. And so from there, each day it increases $1,000. So right now I just started on $18,000 today. And what I found personally is that it helps me to see, my mindset was like, wow, if I got $18,000 today, what would I actually do with it? And I found that was my personal, I'm really been growing on that piece, and I've been really having fun with it. Wow. My mindset has been lacking in that. I feel like I only have XYZ, and only that XYZ is what I can use. But if I have this abundance amount coming from the universe, I can really tap into it and use it. So try that out. It's really fun. If you want more information about it, you can message me or send me an email and I can send you some more info. But I find it super fun. And the more material that we have in our bank account, sometimes that can be an association game with ourselves, that maybe we have a past association from our childhood with specific bank accounts, maybe the way that your parents put money in, or maybe the way you used money. And so it's really good as well to really look at your relationship with money and abundance, and your family past, your family tree with abundance. And this will help shift that particular mindset piece you have around abundance. Okay. So really make sure that you tune into what relationship you have with abundance in the past. How is your relationship now? And what are you going to shift it moving forward? And that will be really helpful as you're working through the abundance guide that I'm giving all of you. Everyone has their own idea of abundance. What does that look like for you? So you also might want to journal that. What does that mean for you? Are you limiting yourself? Are you setting specific conditions on how you receive money or how you receive abundance in your life? And working through the guide that I gave you will really help you to define what abundance means for you, which I think is really important, because when we're going to tap into abundance, what does that mean for us? We're going to be manifesting and tapping in, then we need to be clear, have a very clear idea of what that looks like. And of course, that can change and ebb and flow as we move into different aspects of abundance. I think the guide will really help you, one, define abundance in your life, and then how are you going to take action on that abundance. And I put in the guide, which we're going to walk you through a little bit before we start the meditation, a 7-day kind of thing for you to really, and I'll share that with the screen with everyone. And that way you can really start to use that in your daily life. So some of those key points I just mentioned, being aware of what abundance means for you and defining it. Maybe that's just writing it down on a piece of paper where you're being able to understand it and describe it for yourself. Because how we think about our reality determines our future. It determines what actions we're going to take. It determines everything about what we do and the steps that we want to take moving forward. Every choice, every action that we take in regards to abundance is very meaningful. And I think that's another important part I wanted to bring up, because the actions that we're making for our abundance that we're tapping into are then setting the stage, so to speak. Like we're an actor on that stage, creating that stage of abundance so we can tap in. And I think the other big piece is really the scarcity mindset, right? And so that's the other piece. So one, I want you to write down, and you'll find this in your journal, what abundance means to you. And then also, are you in an abundance mindset or a scarcity mindset? And so these are two specific mindsets, right? They're on opposite sides of the scale. The abundance mindset is sometimes called the growth mindset. It's when you believe, like from the deepest part of your soul, your heart, that you are meant to achieve great things. Yes, I got this. I'm in this growth mindset. You can always learn something new, always apply it to your positive life. Your life is always shifting and changing in a positive manner. You have excuse me, you have the power to make this happen. And a scarcity mindset is just the opposite, right? It's like you believe this is all there is to life. This is all that I have, that I'm not going to get anything else. And that can happen. We've all probably been in that situation sometimes, or one time or another. You might believe that you have bad luck, right? Nothing goes right for me. Everything is going wrong for me. Stuck in a job or a relationship, or you have like a list of negative issues, right? Or you're living from paycheck to paycheck. You can't level up into the next home or job. So those are the two mindsets. So I really recommend making some kind of comparison sheet for yourself, like a mindset set, but right, mindset abundance on one side, scarcity abundance on the other side, and just write some stuff, tune into it. And what comes up for you? What do you feel like you're living in? And that should be really helpful. And if you feel like you're like, okay, I'm making that list and yeah, I think I'm really feeling like I'm in that scarcity mindset more, then you want to shift that focus, right? Instead of what you're missing. And that's the thing. When we confirm what we're missing, we're just confirming it. We're manifesting it even more. And that's the same with our health. If we're focusing on what's going wrong in our health, we can't shift the mindset to what's going on well in our mindset, to shift our body. So our mind filters information, and information comes in, it's filtered. And if we focus only on the problems, right? Problems appear to be all around us. And we're become blind, like we have the blinders on to the new opportunity. So that's a really important point. So when you're in that scarcity mindset, it's really based on limited resources instead of the universal resources all around you, tapping into that universal love, that universal abundance. The universe is providing for me in every way. In short, right, it's like you're focusing on the half empty glass instead of the half full glass. And instead of the half full, what about all the way full, right? Everything is provided for you at every moment of every day. And that might be a new thought process for you, and it might take a mind shift. It might take a while to get to that place. So when we're in the growth mindset piece, here are some things that you want to focus on. So you want to create positive feelings towards yourself and towards others. So if you have a tape loop, let's say that you have a person that you work with. And every time you're in that conversation, you're like, oh, I have those negative thoughts come up all the time when I'm working with this person. You're like, oh, you recognize it. So one, start recognizing it, and two, then shifting it into a positive way. And then being grateful for everything that you have. And when we're grateful for what we do have, we then manifest more of it. And if you're feeling in a real scarcity place and you're like, I don't really find anything around me, just pick something easy. Like maybe you go to bed, your bed is so comfortable. You're like, oh, I love my bed. I'm so grateful for my bed. I'm so grateful for the soft pillow, the covers at night, whatever it is. Find something. Maybe it's something you're eating. I'm so grateful for this wonderful salad that nourishes me. So being grateful. And then thinking about and giving to others. So we want to share our abundance with others, be grateful for the abundance that's coming with us, and be grateful and have gratitude for what we can share with others. And then also strive to improve and grow our abundance. That is a really important piece as well. So yes, we're all about positivity, striving to improve and grow. If it's hard for you to focus on the mindset of having a large amount of abundance, like I mentioned earlier, like starting that game that I'm playing with myself, starting out with 1,000 and increasing, then strive to get to a place, set a small benchmark for yourself, and then grow towards it, but also create the larger vision, because you don't want to miss out on creating a larger vision. So this is awesome. I can do small baby steps. I'm going to start out with small mindset changes in my positive abundance mindset piece, and then move into that bigger piece of abundance with that larger vision. And it will really help you to strive towards the goal. And if goal, sometimes people find goal a really triggering word. So don't set a goal for yourself, set a vision. Like, yeah, my vision is to be XYZ, right? Like for me, like my vision is to be speaking all around the world and sharing my knowledge and love for health. So that's my vision, right? And maybe that's a goal, but when the vision, it helps us to see things in a different way. So I want you to shift that with your mindset piece and that vision piece and really move into that. And I think you'll find clarity. You'll find a real different point of view. And so I recommend doing a 3-month vision with here's the abundance, tapping into that abundance piece. 3 months, and then a year, 5 years, and then 10 years. So create some of those visions for yourself so that you're really like reaching out there and striving and reaching out into the universe, helping you to pull in that abundance piece and that mindset piece. But then don't stay out there in the future the whole time. Stay ahead of it, but don't be that far out. Stay in the present moment, because everything we're doing in this moment of time already happened. So we get out ahead of what we're wanting, then we can make it happen. So that might be a different concept for you too. So think about that. Are you getting out ahead of it when it comes to your abundance and mindset? How are you looking back? Like you looked back on today, this has already happened. What did you do to change and shift your mindset for today? But more importantly, what can you do tomorrow? So maybe at nighttime, you take a few minutes to jot down some things about your mindset piece in the evening. And you're like, okay, I'm going to blank tomorrow. Maybe that's helpful for you. But if it's triggering, don't do it. So that's another piece of that mindset you might need to shift if you are triggered from thinking about your abundance at night, right? And so that's when the meditation piece is so important, because if you're finding that every time you're thinking about money or any aspect of abundance in your life and you have anxiety, then that's creating more anxiety around abundance. So shifting that mindset piece with the meditation will be really important. Okay, I'm going to share my screen here. And you also have this guide too. Let's see, it's here. Okay, so everyone should be seeing it now. So this is you'll see, this is the 7-day mindset abundance piece. So I'd like you to do this over the next week, and you can reach out to me on social media or send me an email or chat, anything. Just say if this is helpful for you after you do this for a week. I think you'll find it very helpful. So day 1, first, you're going to hang out with some positive people. This is an important part when you're thinking about abundance. Are all the people around you in a negative mindset piece when it comes to abundance? So maybe people at your work, like, oh God, I hate working. I never make enough money. All I do is like work and I never have anything that I want to do. Okay, that's not a very good mindset piece. So you want to hang out with some people that are like, yeah, we have the abundance to do this. It's so fun to do this together. Let's be positive together and have fun. So I think now that we're also moving out of COVID, and this might be a little easier. So hang out with some positive people, surround yourself with positivity and love, because our brain filters information. That positive information is going to ignite more positive information, fuel more positive aspects in your daily, and find multiple solutions for every problem. So that's another important piece about mindset. So when we only think we have, let's say, this is a good one. Let's say you only think that the way you can make money to pay your bills is from there's lots of other ways. You could have money coming in. Maybe it's inherited. Maybe it's a gift from the bank. Maybe it's, for instance, I was working on manifesting and I was looking through some of my bills and I was like, wow, the water company like charged me all this extra bill. What happened? So they sent me a check for $600 in the mail. I'm like, oh, that's great. So you never know where the money is going to come from. So think about different solutions, right? To how the money or how that abundance can start coming to your life in many different avenues, not just one filter, right? Our job is just one filter. And I think that's the big piece can get people hung up, especially if they think, oh, I just work harder. The more I work, the more money I'll have. That doesn't always work. You're like, oh, I worked 80 hours this week and I had the same amount of income coming in. That's a problem. So how are you going to come up with that solution? So putting your creativity into the solution is really going to help ignite different avenues of income, different avenues of abundance, different avenues of prosperity. So on day 2, I'd like you to practice gratitude. So gratitude is not just a consequence of the abundance mentality, right? When we realize how grateful we have to change our perspective, we can put aside our grievances, our fears, our claims, then everything around us starts to magnify. It's like we have this little magnifying glass, and everything that we put our attention to when it comes to gratification or gratitude starts to amplify. And I do have a gratitude workbook. If you're interested, just send me a message and I'll send it to you as well. It's like a 30-day gratitude journal, and it's wonderful, and you can use that. So practice gratitude on day 2. And day 3 is all about creating situations where everyone wins, not just you, but everyone around you. So if you think that if you have a personal advantage, that's the only way that you can have abundance, that's a scarcity mindset. There's enough for everyone to go around. When you win, everyone else wins. When everyone else wins, you win. So it's about creating those situations where you're in that everyone wins mindset. And you want to create that situation where everyone then benefits, everyone at your job, everyone in your household, all your friends, everyone around there, where there's not a thought of prosperity and the fear of losing abundance. And then that abundance starts to flow much more generously, right? Much, much easier. It's to flow in. It's like that flow, like the ebb and flow of the abundance is what's magnified, like a big wave of ocean coming towards you with abundance flowing, or you're in this river. I think that's better even. You're in this river of abundance where your every moment is around you is in abundance. You're flowing with it. So if you stop giving, right, giving to those around you, you stop that flow of abundance. It puts a dam in it. So you want to make sure the river is a flowing. Giving to others must come from the heart, from a true place of love, and not just from a calculation of convenience. Right? You're like, okay, if I give money to this person or to this organization, it's going to come back to me. Give it with a heart, an open heart. And I think it's important to also to note that when we see people around us that have less than us or in a scarcity mindset, giving to them isn't always their solution to their problem, because we want to help elevate them, but we don't want to feel guilty for the place that we're in, because then it shifts us out of a place of abundance. So that's an important piece as well. Then on day 4, it's all about having positive conversation. So remember that day 5 was all about finding multiple solutions for hanging out with positive people, which is important. And then also Then it's about having positive conversation. So do you have a friend that's just like the negative nanny? Like everything that you say gets turned around into a negative conversation. Instead about thinking about talking about things, about complaining about things with a coworker, shift the conversation. So for me, what I find when I'm hanging out with people or friends or whatever, where the conversation starts to go down the complaining road, just shift the conversation, distract the person guiding the conversation, and then shift the focus for them so they can focus on something else, or shift the focus for yourself so you can focus on something else. So that's really important. And number 5 is no envy and no fear. So when we see other people that have more than us and more abundance than us, instead of coming from a jealousy place, we have to come from this place of love. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. That's happening for you. Because then that gets us out of the scarcity mindset, and we're aware of that abundance within others and lets go of any fear that we have around abundance. And number 6, cultivate a critical attitude towards the media, including social media. So that's important. So this is about communication with Instagram, Facebook, all of those things. It will really help you when you have an attitude about social media, right? Sometimes things can be negative, is what I'm trying to say. There can be, and somebody can be saying a bunch of things that are negative on social media that you're following, or maybe there's posts depending on the political aspect of things. We want to have an abundance mindset when we look at social media, about the appearance of the photos, the appearance of the person, the appearance of yourself, the beauty within them. And then also set some boundaries for yourself about the time you're spending on social media. And remember, in the other guide, the Zen guide that I gave you guys, there, it's all about doing a digital detox. So check that out. And then day 7, find the bright side. So bad things do happen. No, I don't even like to say that. Things just happen, right? That's just life. But how we deal with them, how we meet them on a daily basis, that's how we change the mindset. So on day 7 and then moving forward, how are you going to change your mindset with everything that comes your way? You're like, that happened. What can you see in the situation that could be a positive place? And sometimes that can be challenging, right? Especially if something this really has got you down. But maybe shift out of it, shift your mindset piece, and then how can you react moving forward for either that same situation? Hopefully it's not the same one, but maybe it is. Well, how can you react differently moving forward? So I think those are some of the main pieces that I'd really like you to focus on over these next 7 days when you're practicing tapping into the abundance piece. And there's a lot more in the guide. I didn't, of course, go through all that. I just was tapping into the top tips. So now I'm going to do a little meditation with you, a guided meditation. So I'm going to turn on some music here. Okay, there we go. There's the music. All right. So I'm going to leave my screen on so that you can, but what I'd like you to do during this meditation is just have a comfortable place that you're relaxing and sitting and closing your eyes. And I'm going to walk you through that as well, especially if this is your first time that you're meditating. Okay. So hello and welcome to this financial abundance meditation. Each of us naturally want to grow financially and become abundant. So it's instinctive for us to strive to be financially independent and satisfied with your ability to make great income. Humans love to strive to become successful, and personal success leads to happiness. So I'm going to be your guide in relaxing your mind and your body so you're able to accept the positive suggestions concerning finances, concerning abundance. And by fully relaxing and letting go any tension, we're putting ourselves in a state of creation where we can attract anything that we desire. When your dreams approach, all you have to do is accept them. So I'm going to count down from the number 5 to 1. And with each number that I say, breathe in and breathe out slowly. And with each full breath, you'll become more and more relaxed. So take a nice full breath in. And as you exhale, feel yourself getting just a little bit more comfortable. Full breath in. And as you exhale, feel your muscles relax and all the tension loosen. Inhale smoothly and slowly. Exhale and feel yourself relaxing even more. You are becoming calmer. Full breath in and exhale out. Now your whole body is feeling peaceful. No need to do anything. Just feel all the sensations in your body and observe. Now one last strong, deep breath in, and just hold for a moment at the top. And then as you exhale, you'll be completely relaxed and clear in the body and the mind. Good. Now hear yourself saying these positive suggestions, accepting any of them that feel good to you. And if they don't, just let them go. Abundance flows to me. I deserve to be financially independent. I love creating wealth and success for myself. My destiny is to be wealthy. Money comes to me in unexpected and also unexpected ways. I am worthy of making more money. I welcome an unlimited source of income and wealth in my life. Money and spirituality can coexist in harmony. I release all negative energy and conceptions about money. Money flows to me easily and effortlessly. I use my financial abundance to better my life and the lives of others. Wealth consistently flows into my life. My actions create constant prosperity. I am able to handle large sums of money. I am at peace with having a lot of money. I can handle massive success with ease and grace. Life is full of financial abundance. I embody financial abundance. Money flows effortlessly into my life. I am open and willing to allow financial abundance to come into my life. Financial abundance flows to me from multiple sources. May I be blessed with financial abundance. Financial abundance is here, and I tune myself to it. Financial abundance is my birthright. I love money, and money loves me. I am grateful for the money I receive. I am grateful for money, and money is grateful to be in my hands because I use it to better the world around me. I am a money magnet. Now you're going to slowly come back to wakeful awareness and bring back with you all that you learned here. And you can always come back and re-listen and revisit this manifestation, abundance meditation again. Now I'm going to count 1 to 5, and with each number I say, you'll become more awake, refreshed, and ready to start a new life with a new mindset of being already financially abundant. 1, you're slowly becoming aware of your present surroundings. 2, your mind is becoming more alert. 3, you're bringing with you all the positive suggestions you learned into this present moment. 4, you feel even more awake and alert. And 5, as you slowly start to open your eyes, you feel extremely refreshed and ready to take action and let the abundance flow to you. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that meditation. There was a lot of great affirmations in there for you to really start tapping in to your daily abundance. And that it wraps up our wonderful tapping into. So yeah, that concludes our meditation for tonight and our webinar. And I'm going to post the guides and again here real quick so everybody will have them. And I'm also going to send them out. And also, if you're interested in learning more about working with me and learning more about mindset, I have lots of great mindset programs, as well as you can have one-on-one consultations with me. And a great way to do that is just go to my website, and that's www.doclulu.com. And you can find everything there. If you're interested in doing some of the mindset, own your own power or the mindset reset, those are going to help engage your body, mind, and spirit into a new state of abundance. So again, thanks everyone so much for attending tonight. And I hope you have a great rest of your day and much abundance to all of you. I'm so grateful and so blessed to be able to have this opportunity with you all. And thanks again for attending. Have a great night.